All right, what is up, my friends? Welcome to a special episode of Mogg Monday. And for those who don't know, I've been away for almost 2 weeks now, preparing for and then playing in Pro Tour Phyrexia. That's right. And it was a really awesome event, which we'll go over now. I guess I won't spoil much. We're going to go over the lead up to and the event itself. It was Pioneer and Draft in Philadelphia, first paper Pro Tour in a long time. And I had the illustrious pleasure of working with Team CFB for this event, which I'll go over as well. And we're just going to go over the Pro Tour, talk about how the event went, and we'll play a little bit of Historic Brawl Goblins at the end, just kind of like as a palate cleanser. So let's go. So I was very, very fortunate to work with Team CFB for this event, which is my Worlds team, Ely, Jakob, and Mike Siggy, as well as the Team CFB folks, Reed Duke, Gabe Nassif, Sam Party, just all them. We'll go over everyone on, and just an absolute joy. And we rented out an Airbnb. So we did the Pro Tour testing house for about we got there on Thursday the 9th, I think, was before the Pro Tours, but about 1 week before the Pro Tour. And the first night, we're in the Discord, and we're planning a trip, and Martin Uses says, "Yo, it's a Flyers-Oilers game, and I love Connor McDavid. I want to go see the game. It's the night we arrive. Do anyone want to go?" And I'm like, "Hell yeah, I want to go." So we went to the game. You can see here, and who we got here? We got me, Martin, Jakob, Brent, and Siggy all went to the Flyers-Oilers game. It wasn't that exciting of a game, unfortunately. It was like a 1-1 game. It did go to a shootout, which is kind of cool, but not the high-scoring Connor McDavid, Leon Draisaitl affair we were looking for. But it was a lot of fun to do that. Of course, I met Gritty, which is terrifying, and that was really, really fun. But then, more importantly, we get to the testing house, and Jakob rented this awesome Airbnb for us. Did all the legwork. Big shout out to Jakob and Brent because they did a lot of the logistical works. Jakob getting everything set up with the Airbnb, and then Brent did a lot of the spreadsheets and stuff like that for tracking all of our testing, all of our games, getting all our data together, which is really, really cool. So you can see the Airbnb here. We got Ely and Logan and Martin, Noah, and of course Siggy. Siggy loves the clout, so wanted to get the camera time. And we did lots of drafts. We played a ton of Pioneer. Obviously, we did about 2 drafts a day. This is one of our draft pods. See, we got Ely to my right there, and it was a lot of fun. Super, super cool. A few beers out there, a couple waters. Ely was cooking. Ely made some great mac and cheese, which is delicious. Nicole brought lasagna, which we'll see in a little bit. We got Seth there. This is actually a picture I didn't take. So I'm in the picture, which is cool. I'm in the picture. We got Seth there as well. I think there were like 11 of us, or 12 of us, or 13 of us. There were some who came late and some who left early. I know Ely went home for a few days, or we went home for a few days, but super amazing experience. Kind of weird, just like transcending reality for a little while, where I just went to this apartment where I lived for 6 days, and literally all I did was like wake up, play Magic for 14 hours, eating interspersed, and then went to sleep, and then wake up, play Magic 14 hours. There was nothing else like. Super Bowl on there. Super Bowl is on there. That's right. Yeah, we watched Super Bowl, which is super fun. And kind of crazy, honestly. It was fun, but it was intense. It was very, very wild. And of course, I was playing Magic with the best Magic players in the world every single game I play. So it was challenging. So Nicole made two trays of lasagna, which was super cool. So we had lasagna a few nights, and that was really, really fun. And just a really, really cool experience. And you can see here the deck we ended up bringing. This frame is actually out of order. This is not supposed to be in this frame. We'll go back to that. So there's lasagna. There's the Nassif, and it was a lot of fun. And it was Siggy's 40th birthday, and Martin had the idea to get him like a cool, framed, I don't know, collage, I guess you would call this. And brought the cards. I found that Michaels did the legwork, printed the pictures out, which is super cool. So Siggy loved that, which was really, really awesome as well. And we were saying it should be like a tradition for every 40th birthday for a Pro Magic player. You get your own thing like this, which is really, really cool. So that was sweet. You can see here, this is us working on the deck. So Siggy brought the creativity deck and was pretty high on it. We tried a lot of different things. We tried Gruul, tried a bunch of different stuff, tried a few brews. Ely was high on auras for a while. We didn't end up not playing that, obviously. And then this is us working on the sideboard. Most of the team played the creativity deck. We had a few dissenters. We had a little Rakdos sacrifice crew. Logan, Sam, and Noah all played sacrifice, and then we all played the creativity deck. And then Ben Lundquist, who was like in our Discord, but like couldn't show up for the house, unfortunately, played Auras. But everyone else was playing Creativity. The list you can see here. This is my version. We were all a few cards different. Biggest point of contention was like a few sideboard slots, and then the Mutavault Otawara split. Some folks played 2 Mutavaults, some played 3, I'm not Otawara, Hall of Storm Giants. Some played 1 Hall, some played 0. And the sideboard slots, we had, an Aether Gust here, a Mystical Dispute there. I played the 1 Dig Through Time. I wanted a little more against Rakdos. But yeah, so that was the list we came up with after many, many days testing. And Siggy brought the list initially, which is super cool. And there we are. There it is laid out, working on it. You can see some proxies in there. A lot of Sharpies. A lot of cards being Sharpied for proxies and stuff, which is super fun. And that's just, it was just crazy. It was really, really cool. And we had our limited meeting. So we did about 10 drafts in-house. Also various drafts on the computer, discussing draft picks and stuff. And then we have our limited meeting here, which Martin and Siggy spearheaded. And Brent was cool enough to get 1 copy of all the commons and uncommons in a set from our drafts. And then we just lay out the cards in tier lists. So you can see the top here is top tier. You can't see it that well in the picture, but, Rebel Salvo, Drown and Ichor, what else is there? We got Hex Gold Slash. And then you lay out the things in tiers, and you decide, pick one, pack one, what are the classes of cards I'd like to take, which is kind of cool. So, fun limited meeting for about 2 hours, going over all the cards. Yes, Cassian's in the background. I was out of Cassian. Went out to some great dinners. This was a Korean barbecue place we went to, which was super, super fun. And that was cool. Nice picture here. Definitely not the best Korean barbecue I've ever been to. And the Pro Tour itself. So Pro Tour starts. It was freaking awesome having the Pro Tour back. It felt like a Pro Tour. The call drafts. We were a little off to the side. They had us in like a upstairs room when the main event was kind of in the downstairs area, which was a little weird, I guess, but really, really cool. You see Cedric in the booth there, which is cool. This is my round 1. And my first draft went horribly. I'm going to go over the drafts in an episode of Bronze to Mythic. I'm going to do another special episode of Bronze to Mythic, which should be a lot of fun. Look for that on the other channel, and I'll do that live on stream in a bit. But first draft did not go very well. My deck was pretty bad. And this is my round 1. I don't recall my opponent's name. I apologize. But cool story from round 1. So my opponent is on the draw. I'm on the play. So I go play land, say go. My opponent goes play land, plays the 1/1 haste scamp, and attacks for 1. Okay. So I play a land, and I play a 2/2. And now the drafts were open card pool. Not open deck list, open card pool. So you knew all the cards your opponent drafted, but you didn't know what cards were exactly in their deck. But you can kind of extrapolate, obviously. So my opponent had 2 copies of the +2/+2 trick. And I knew this, obviously, because I saw their deck list. So on turn 2, after I played my 2/2, they attacked their 1/1 into my 2/2. Just like, send it in. And like, I think for a second, I'm like, all right, I think I would pretty happily trade my 2/2 for their trick here. My card wasn't very valuable. So I block up my 2/2, and they just bin their creature. They just put it in the graveyard, play a 2-drop, and say go. And I don't think it was necessarily the best play, but the stones to stone cold bluff on turn 2, game 1, round 1 of the Pro Tour against like a known player or whatever. I gave my opponent after the match, not during the match, after the match, I was like, listen, man, props in the attack on turn 2. That's some respect right there to have the stones to do that one. So that was really, really cool. So cool opponent there. And 2 of my first drafts got into constructed, and ended up doing very well. You can see here we had some team kills. Obviously, we had Yaka playing Reed, and Baby's very upset, obviously. And did he yell Leroy? No, just chipped it in. Just cool, calm and collected. And I got a feature match here, which is fun. Pro Tour was like 220 players, I think. So we had 15-player team. Obviously, we had a lot of team matchups, unfortunately. But end of the day at spoiler alert. End of the day at 6-2. I ended my tournament. Unfortunately, I 2-won the second draft to be 9-3. I was in a great spot going into the last 5 constructed rounds, but lost a few, unfortunately, and fell out of top 8 contention. I did requalify, though. I ended up coming in 45th place, and I won $2,000, and most importantly, requalify. But most importantly, Gabe Nassif and Reed made top 8 of the Pro Tour, and Reed won the whole freaking thing. That's right, Reed wins the Pro Tour, which is incredible. Reed's first Pro Tour win, his 7th Pro Tour top 8, and was playing our creativity deck, obviously, which is super cool. We had 2 copies of a deck in top 8 with Reed and Nassif, and just incredible to see Reed winning. Super, super cool. We got a nice team shot. Most of the team is here. Unfortunately, Martin And a few other folks had like, either left or were in the hall somewhere, so we couldn't get everyone. But great team shot. You can see here, LSV joined late in the process. He was in the Discord, then came on the last day. Same with Sam. We got Siggy, Seth, Reed, Logan, Brent, Jakob, Nassif, and Noah. And yeah, it was super, super awesome. Again, most team play creativity. And there were like one or two other creativity decks in the field that were not on the team. They didn't do very well, honestly, though. And overall, I think we had a 58% win rate with our deck in the team, which is cool. Sam sucks, nice, which is pretty cool. And yeah, it was just a really awesome, fun event. It felt like the Pro Tour. It was super, super awesome on the Pro Tour back, doing called drafts and everything else. It was dope. It was really, really fun. Reed and Nassif qualified for Worlds. So they were qualified for Worlds. And then about half a team requalified for the next Pro Tour. Myself, Brent, Jakob, I think Logan did also. Maybe Sam. I just don't remember, honestly. I have to look at the standings or whatever. But yeah, pretty awesome. 58% including team kills, which is super, super cool. And yeah, it was just an incredible event. It was super, super awesome. You can see John and Nicole and Baby came for the last day. I don't know why this picture's so small, but I got to meet a lot of cool streamers and stuff like that, which is really fun. And that was great. And then here's Nicole being Nicole major stink away from Kaya, not getting stabbed by the ghost blade and stuff. And that's it. That's the whole Pro Tour. So it was a really, really fun event. Again, I'll go over my draft decks in a Bronze Mythic episode. I'll go over my deck list a little more closely in my cool stuff article for Friday. I'll go over things a little more in detail. But I want to show you all some pictures and have a little slideshow and have a little fun, because it really was a pretty awesome event. And it was sweet. The coverage was great too, honestly. The coverage was really, really good. They did a really, really good job on coverage, which is great. So let's play a game or two of Goblin just to get the Mogg Monday in here today. Just going to play some Historic Brawl. Updated deck list with it's a Scamp and a Fuseling, 2 new Goblins from Brothers War, or All Be One or whatever. Play a game or two, and then and yeah, I'm home, and then it's good stuff. Historic Brawl. Let's do our thing. Lala, thanks to resub. Appreciate that. Xerox, thanks to the cheer. Appreciate that. We got Johnny with a resub. J Doom with a resub. Yoda with a resub. Roast and Toast with a resub. Thanks, folks. Appreciate it. Did the Auras deck surprise us? Ely was on Auras. We tested Auras pretty extensively, but couldn't find a list that we liked, honestly. So we just gave up on it. But thanks, folks. Appreciate it. I won it in your heart. That's good. Yeah, appreciate that. How does this result go towards my Worlds bid? I have no idea, honestly. I know there's rolling points for like however good you do in like consecutive Pro Tours will matter for like qualifying for the next one. I'm not sure how the system works exactly, honestly, to be totally honest. But chat, coming out with me. Cloudy resub, thanks so much. And yeah, let's play a game or two, and then we'll keep things rolling here. Prismatic Bridge, it's fun. We can keep this hand. Goblin Morale Sergeant. Keep this. Z-Man, what's up? What do I do with the stamped cards? I mean, they're right here. Again, I'm going to go over my draft decks on stream in a bit after this, and then I'll go over them on my Bronze Mythic channel as well. And I got a foil stamp Racer Verge Thicket. That's pretty cool, right? I do like my stamp cards. Did you have problems sourcing so many Indomitable Creativities? Nah, Ely actually, when Ely went home to see his family for a day between testing and the Pro Tour, and he went to a big card store with our huge order and got like 95% of all the cards, which is really, really cool. So, yep, I'll be in Minneapolis for the Pro Tour, which is super awesome. And then hopefully we'll do well there and qualify for the next Pro Tour in Barcelona and just kind of keep it going, you know? All right, let's go. What's up, Lobmancer? No intro? The intro's done already. Can Nassif and Reed play in the next... Oh, gifted subs, thanks so much. Can Nassif and Reed play in the next Pro Tour? Yeah, why? Yeah, they did. All right, so we draw one drop. Unfortunately, kind of stinks. We're gonna Morale Sergeant here. Send this bad boy in. Skipped attempted for PT2 will be at the RC in Dallas, though. Sweet. Yeah, I'll be at the RC in San Diego, RC in Dallas, the next Pro Tour at least. And kind of fun, honestly. You know, I've obviously been like a washed up, retired pro Magic player and streamer now for the last like 6-ish years. And it's kind of funny how I'm just sort of like, not like accidentally doing well in pro Magic, but, you know, sort of like queued for a Pro Tour, kind of did well in it, then queued for another Pro Tour, then queued for Worlds, and just sort of like, you know, I definitely putting the effort in once I'm qualified, but, you know, kind of just like just doing stuff. Baby Luck has been called by Nicole over there. So, what's up, on a heater? Good to meet you, my friend. Yeah, only got to meet a few folks, unfortunately, but it's like a prismatic bridge over here. What's my opponent doing? What are they up to? Do we just like slam jam here? We fire up the old Leroy? Fire up the old Leroy? I'll fire up an old Leroy here. Leroy? How's teamwork? Do you pool winnings? We had a small split between a few of us, but not necessarily part of it. Mostly just about working together for the event. And try to get the best deck and try to make sure our draft strategies are good and everything else. So, attack, pump. How common is it players borrow cards to Pro Tour? Fairly often. Fairly often. What do they think be the aggressive mulligan by the Oris player in the finals? I didn't see, actually. I didn't see game 1 or 2 of the finals. Nicole and I were at the market and stuff. And we came back and, like, we were scared we were going to miss it. It was like, we knew it started. By the time we got back, 2 games already finished. So, I watched the first round. If you missed the first match of top 8 between Reed and the world champion Nathan Stewart, you missed an incredible match. Yeah, I don't know why they waited for me to make a token there, but whatever. They're just dead. They're just dead. Incredible match in the first round. Reed pulled off the reverse sweep after being down 2 games and potentially punting in the first game, honestly, too, which is sick. So the reverse sweep was insane. Obviously, Nathan's one of the best Magic players in the world right now. And it was a real boomer versus zoomer match because, like, there's a lot of, Nathan beat Ely in the finals of Worlds. And there's definitely, there's kind of like the old guard boomer players. And there's these new zoomers, kind of the arena players coming up. The younger guns, if you will. So we want to, of course, defend the old guy pride against the younger guns and stuff. So that's really cool. Do we credit card game? Yeah, we gamed like 2 or 3 times, and I won every single one. Didn't lose a single credit card game on the trip. Yeah, and then Reed swapping. It's funny because me and Reed played a 10-game, or wait, we made more than I was, a 10-game set of post-sideboard games. I was playing Creativity. He was playing Lotus Field. And initially, our plan was to be only Hullbreaker Horroring. But because of how the games played out post-board, if Reed knew I was only Hullbreaker Horroring, he could play differently, tap out for Sphinx of the Lost Truths or whatever and stuff like that. So, like, we decided that it was probably best just to mix it up and go back and forth, even though neither plan was particularly great because it was bad against the bounce spells and stuff like that. So it was funny when I was bringing in Xenagos, though, I was losing a lot of those games too. But you can keep this. Sounds great. But yeah, super cool. Super awesome event. It was a lot of fun. What's the credit card game? Yes. The credit card game is when you go out to eat and opponent's playing Kasmina. That's an interesting commander. You go out to eat, and when the bill comes, you take the entire bill and don't split it. And you take all the credit cards from everyone there, and you shuffle them up, and you eliminate a card one by one till there are only 2 cards left, and then you shuffle them randomly, put them both face down. Usually you ask your server to pick one. This makes it more fun because you want an impartial person, and the card they pick pays. And so it's a lot of fun. You can also go next level on it if you want to, where there will often be people who don't want to credit card game because they just don't want to have, they don't want to gamble, they don't have swings, whatever it is, and you can have them opt out, so they pay their own bill, but the person who loses the credit card game still has to pay the entire bill, even the people who opted out, and the person who comes in second, who was the second to last card in, gets the opt out money. That's the next level credit card game, which is a lot of fun. So. This is the degenerate Magic stuff we do at events, which is super cool. All right, so we're going to Chandra here, I guess, and they counter it, whatever. When you work, Brandon says, when I worked at Direwolf, I played the credit card game for 8 months and never paid. That's sick. Poker thing, too? Yeah, for sure. Yeah, server, you want to get the server involved usually, so it's fun. Server likes it, too, so. Resolve, sick, yeah. Fun credit card game story on, I did a Bronze Mythic episode live from the Pro Tour. If you missed this, you should go watch it for sure. I'll show it to everyone real fast. Nicole, get the link in chat. I'll push that up real fast. So I did a live from the 4 episode of Bronze Mythic. They're going to enter the Royal and bounce to Chandra, which is fun, sure. So you can see this here. This was a lot of fun. Oops. Links in chat. I did a quick hits, kind of like, talking to everyone about stuff, and it was a lot of fun. Check it out on the links in chat for Bronze Mythic. It's really, really cool. So, if you want a little more stories and stuff like that, check that out. What's up, Ben? Alright, here's Kasmina Enigmatic Sage. Sure. Yeah, editor and Nicole did a good job putting that one together. Scry 1. Sure. I mean, it's interesting. We're going to go land. Maybe we go Chandra shoot the Kasmina now, or do we... Yeah, this actually works really well. So let's go Chandra just to kill. I have Firebrand too, actually. I can just do everything here. We can go +1. Shoot this. Add a red. Hold on. That's not what I meant to do. I misclicked. Shit. Welcome back to streaming. All right, well, I hit the wrong button, unfortunately, and that's cool. Whatever. What decks did I got? We just missed is unplayable. Hezret's Gambit. That's fun. I mean, obviously every deck with creativity, right? Like, I mean, like we thought Gruul was gonna be pretty played, and it was. And the creativity deck is not like a particularly amazing deck or anything. It just felt well positioned and also flexible and somewhat surprising. A lot of like Pro Tour deck selection, it's not often that you like break a format. It happens occasionally. Like LSV with Elves in like Berlin a million years ago, Carlos Eldrazi when that was a deck. But it's not too often that like a team just like breaks. They bring some deck that no one expects. It's just better than everything and crushes. That's very, very unlikely. So a lot of what Pro Tour deck selection is, same thing for Worlds, where you just like find a deck that lines up well against your perceived metagame, which is all about the spreadsheets we do. We do a lot of spreadsheets. We estimate what we think the metagame is going to be, and then estimate what the metagame share is going to be, and then figure out what the best, what plays best and stuff. We're going to free mulligan here, and we can keep this. And then you just find a deck that is a little bit unexpected and is good against your perceived metagame, and you go from there. And then hopefully you can find some cool tech for it. For Worlds it was Mono Blue Spirits, and we had the we had the red leyline tech, which is pretty sweet. This event, I don't think we had any crazy tech for this event, honestly. We just kind of like had a deck. It was, mostly reasonable. We felt that we were about an even matchup against Mono Green Devotion and Rakdos. Kind of die rolly and stuff, but pretty even. We felt like we were way ahead of Gruul, ahead of Mono White, ahead of Phoenix, behind Lotus Field a little bit, and we had one more matchup we were a little behind. But overall, I felt like our matchup spread was good, and we liked it, and that was that. Maybe a little biased opinion, but I think that... I do think you bring the content scene to the next level of community. Well, I appreciate that. Thank you. It's kind. Blue-red Niv-Mizzet. It's fun. Squee! But yeah, that's kind of just, It's obviously it would be super fun to break it, but like it just kind of doesn't happen very often, Prediction article did well. Look for that on Cool Stuff. Greasefang came in 9th. Greasefang was actually the most winning deck at the Pro Tour, surprisingly. If you look at the stats, Greasefang was the highest win rate deck, I think, among all the decks, which is pretty surprising, honestly, because the deck was the version that came in 9th was like kind of a newer version, which is kind of cool. Played Traverse the Uvenwald and some cool, interesting stuff. So definitely not a normal version of a deck, but it's pretty cool. I agree. We didn't like Greasefang that much, but same idea. Where like if Greasefang isn't necessarily the best deck in a vacuum, but it's good against the current iteration of the metagame, that can work out well too. So, what's up, Not Gruul? Feet into Muxus. Now we're gonna play around counterspell here. We're not in a rush. They're gonna electrolyze me. What a jerk. What a jerk. Pump it up. Get in. Firebrand is a goblin pirate. Yeah, it looks monkey-esque, I agree. But speaking of boomer cards, Electrolyze is here. Make Magic the Gathering earnings, and I wanted to give a pair to... Oh, earrings. I want to give a pair to Nicole. Affiliate never got to. Yeah, honestly, it's funny because, like, for the first 2 days, I was literally only in the Pro Tour area. I wasn't anywhere else because it was just kind of like away, and I was obviously busy. And then Sunday, me, Nicole, and John and Cassian walked around for a little bit, but, you know, it just weren't really around for that long. So I know, I think Nicole, John, and Cassie are going to come to Minneapolis. We're not sure yet, but we're kind of figuring it out. So, again, concerned about a counterspell here. We can just keep pressuring with our board, I think. We can, like, pyre the Firebrand away for, like, a 2-mana haster or something. I kind of want to get cards in the graveyard for Squee, too. I can just pump also. Let's see what they do here. See if we, see if this resolves. They're going to Chaos Warp my Battlecry Goblin. We could get anything here. Here we go. Chaos Warp. Any permanent. What's it going to be? All right. Here's the Warp. We get a Mountain, which is actually just fine, because now I just play... This is insane. This is insane.
Bingo.
Iron Crag Feet. Mux Daddy. Say it, folks. Daddy's home. Ringleader Chieftain.
Oh, it's Lightning Helix! Oh my god!
It's good to be home. It's good to be home. There we go. All right. Let's do one more game here, and then we'll keep going on with our stream. Obviously, more of a Pro Tour recap than the Goblin Day today. Just Goblins to the backdrop to hanging out, talking about the Pro Tour. This really was an awesome event. Who watched the coverage? Let me know what you think. I would love to hear your thoughts on how the coverage went in both Twitch chat and on the YouTube comments. What'd you think? Positives, negatives? Did you enjoy the coverage? How'd it go? Kamiko Sky, what's up? For those who don't know, Sonic RPK has rebranded one of our longtime moderators and favorite pile drivers to, I hope I'm saying it right, Kamiko Sky. So, Sonic is now Kamiko Sky. Everyone in chat, familiar face, just a slightly different name. All right, we can keep this. Twitch chat was degenerate, as usual. The camera work was fixed, though. On day one, the camera was way too far back. That was a huge complaint. But day 2 and 3, they scaled it in. It looked great, I think. Lango. Yeah, they also like slightly delayed the coverage, too. So they had less downtime, which I think worked out really well. I mean, pre-recorded is a misnomer. It was like delayed by half an hour to an hour, you know. All right, we're gonna Signet here, I think, instead of Hauler. What's up, C Unit? Sometimes they didn't show the cards and the players had in hand. If it was a backup feature match, they didn't have the capability to do that. So, Thalia, Guardian of Thraben, actually kind of annoying for our hand, to be totally honest. Hyperbolic. Yeah, definitely think that overall, obviously it can still be improved upon, but the overall coverage was pretty sweet. We'll play the Horn here. Name Goblin. Paper Magic's the worst watching experience? I don't know if I agree. I mean, Paper Magic's great. Hearing the players talk at the table, hearing the cards flicking stuff, you know. Happy Read 1, yep. Agree. Agree. Good to see a friend and teammate and well-deserving person. I didn't get a feature, no. I was doing well. I mean, I was 6-2 after day 1. I was 9-3 after the second draft. But no feature matches for me. What do y'all think? One word, paper or digital? What do you want to see in coverage? Paper Magic or digital Magic? All right, take a hit. Reveal the Goblin, sure. Paper, digital, paper. Paper is hard to stream, but I think the ceiling for paper is a lot higher, but the floor can be lower if I don't get it right. Which guess Muxus here, folks. You ready? Daddy home. That's okay. That's fine. Do I haste the Muxus? I don't even think so, honestly. Just say go. That sucks. Paper's more enjoyable, but a little less accessible. Yeah, I agree. Viewership for the paper is alright. Yeah, the viewership was pretty good. They still have done an absolutely heinous job at advertising. The fact that there wasn't, when you open Arena, the first panel wasn't watch the Pro Tour is heinous. And there were so many people who said they didn't know about it, or they didn't know it was happening, or yada, yada, yada. It's pretty frustrating, honestly. Thanks, Nurse. But Benton talking to Rio while they were snuggling up was great. I must have missed that part. Oof. I missed that pregame procedure. But yeah, you know, no Twitch drops on the broadcast. You know, just like real simple stuff. Like just advertising your client. Aside from the better stuff they could do, like that's the one place I am deeply disappointed. Is that I've been the advertising arm of WotC, I feel like, because so many folks have no idea these events are happening. I'm always talking about it on stream, and like there's people constant YouTube comments, constant Twitch comments. Oh, is a Pro Tour? The Pro Tour's back? Is a Pro Tour? What's a Pro Tour? Like, very frustrating, honestly. But aside from that, all right, Bugbear. We got Sniper. I can't even snipe anything down here either. This kind of sucks. We're in a bit of trouble here, actually. We're at 11. Maybe like Agent. Like Agent Trashmaster. Let's see what we draw here. People have been fired at smaller companies for laughs. Yeah, I kind of agree, honestly. The War Chief. And then we could play our Sniper for 1. I'm just gonna cast this and just go face, I think. Wait, what? Oh, I'm sorry. I missed my. Oh, this was my mana rock. All right, let's play Ringleader. Play Bugbear. We're gonna give my Trashmaster haste. It sucks. Is like next turn stands to be very explosive, but we might not even make next turn. Honestly, we gotta have block. We block this with this. Block with the Agent and block that with these two. We're gonna go for Muxus next turn again. Website setup, yeah, the website setup's terrible. I agree. Yeah. But aside from that, very, very good. Very, very good. Very happy overall. Event locator, yeah. A lot of logistical stuff, you know, it needs to be addressed as usual, but trying to find standings. So it was all on Melee. It's honestly to the point where everything was on Melee. You could spoil yourself because the Melee results were up to the second. Like in the Discord, you know, Mike was following my progress with everyone, and they knew within a minute of me finishing a match whether I'd won or lost. So like that was a little bad for coverage, honestly, because you could be spoiled on the coverage matches if you were looking at it closely. But the converse of that is you have literally all the data for the entire tournament. You know, every deck's win rate, you know, metagame shares, and everything else. Super cool. So, what's up, Zan? Good meeting you, my friend. Watch the event should give you a rare wild card? Yeah, it should. You're right. Is there a fixed set of formats on the Pro Tour? I think it's like standard Modern Pioneer. Pretty sure, but... Coverage spoiled its own coverage because you could hear the PA in the broadcast room. Sure. And obviously there are things to work on, you know, but... You find any cool interactions in the limited format? Not really. Nexus Pioneer? I thought it was standard, Brennan. I thought it was standard. Alright, so... Just gonna chump block here. I'm gonna block here and here, actually, and just, like, try and not die, and then cast Muxus next turn and see how it goes. The RC is standard, PT2 is standard. Favorite non-magic thing of the week? It was fun shooting hoops with Logan for a bit. Logan could ball. It was like a basketball court right across from our thing. Although it was like a weird court because the rims were a little lower than usual. But Logan Ellis can shoot a basketball. My man can shoot. We played a game of horse with like Nassif and Siggy and them, which was fun. Cool, got to dinner. It was just fun. Just a fun event, hanging out. Very degenerate, super awesome. You know, I missed the family for sure. But jabber hoops, yeah, basically. We're horning here. What's I got 2 mana up. I mean, hopefully the Muxus resolves, but we're all good to go on Muxus, all things considered. Fable of the Mirror Breaker. Not quite a goblin. All right, we got one play here, I think. One Hail Mary. Don't counter my Muxus, please. I got a bad feeling about this, though. They've looted a lot of cards so far. Una's Blackguard. Diminished Returner. Muxus resolves. We got a big one here, folks. Come on. I mean, it's not a bad one to hit, but another whiskey on the old Muxus. We're going to send in Muxus. We're still in decent shape, though. Reed Duke's Pro Tour trophy count as a trophy for Cube for charity? It should. It should. Here's my 11/11 Muxus. There is no commander damage in Historic Brawl. Aren't I dead in the air next turn? No. It's only 3. Potentially, it would have been potentially 7. Oh, I guess they can pro-red the Thalia, though. That's true. So they attack and then pro-red the Thalia. We're dead. Let's see if they find it. We'll see if we find it. Why do we go for Impulse in the creativity deck? Because you're a combo deck and you gotta find your cards. You gotta find creativity, you know? Will they kill me here for our first loss on Mogg Monday? It's okay if they do. I'll forgive them. Fateful Absence. Okay. You get a clue. That makes you think they're not going to kill me. Here they come. Here's the Raffine. Raffine's a pretty good commander, right? Pretty powerful card. Always have a turn 3 on curve. When's Pro Tour Minneapolis? I think it's in May, I think. Is Shouta a cool dude? I don't know Shouta at all, really. Nice, etc. Mortify Gix. I can block? They're letting me block, folks. They're letting me block. We're still alive. I looked at the new March of the Machine spoilers. Very briefly. Very briefly. When you win a Pro Tour, do you get to keep a trophy? Yeah. That's Reed's trophy. You should have seen the trophy case. It was like this big. It was like it looked like it was housing the nuclear codes or a nuclear warhead, and it was like this crazy case and everything. Eliminate. That's annoying. All right, well, they're completely tapped out and at 30 life. If we find a kill here, we have no haste. Trashmaster, Sniper, Fable, a clue. I don't think we can find a kill here, honestly, even with the Trashmaster. We're done on the board. We have got... Oh, I have Bugbear, too, actually. Can I Trashmaster and Bugbear? I cannot. We're mana short. That sucks. They didn't kill the War Chief. We were golden, I think. I didn't even have haste, either. Oh, no. I think they got us here, folks. Let's crack the code. I don't know. Hope we find something nice. A Coalition Construct. Which is another Lord effect, but not good enough. Yeah, they got us. That's okay. That's okay. All right, so we lost our last game. So, nice short Mogg Monday. Just wanted to go over the Pro Tour and talk about tons of fun stuff. Hope you enjoyed it. Again, look for the Bronze Mythic episode from last Friday where I interview players from the event, which is super fun. And the one going up today, which will be me going over my draft decks. And look for my article on CoolStuffInc.com on Friday. We'll go over my predictions, then go over my Pro Tour. And yeah, that's basically it. Are me and Reed close? Not super close. I mean, like, I've known Reed, acquaintance-wise since, like, PTQ's, 15, 20 years ago, but, more of a professional acquaintance kind of thing, but yeah, so, thanks for watching, watching Mogg Monday, of course. Streams will keep going, but YouTube folks love you. Like, comment, subscribe. Let me know your thoughts on the Pro Tour, and peace.